400,000 viewers. That's our goal today. Oh my God, goals. Goals. Ugh. What's up, everybody? I pushed the button barely in time. That song almost started. This thing is fucked again. There we go. There we go. It's what I get for messing with shit. It's what I get. Oh my God, is Witchy Cat here? What's up, dude? Oh my God, are you dead? What happened?
I'm watching the weather go through the 8 million cycles of my microclimate.
Of your microclimate?
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out what's...
I'm
trying to figure out what's going on with my fucking mic doodad.
Your microphone?
Here. My microphone.
Your mic on?
Doodadarino.
Have you
Is
ripped it?
This loose? What part's loose? I don't know. Figure out what part's loose. I don't know. Your microclimate. What's going on with your microclimate today?
Rain, snow, now sunshine, heavy fog. It doesn't know what the fuck it's doing.
Now sunshine
Terribly.
And heavy fog?
No, the fog is off for this 3 minutes. It'll be back. But,
is it? Did the wind blow?
It is currently doing that for the first time in a week and a half.
So the wind is back, but just temporarily.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're on vertical stream today. Can you deal with that?
Sure. I'm upright.
We're on vertical and horizontal.
We know all the positions here.
We're doing all positions right now. Right. YouTube has a new feature. So we're horizontal and vertical. There's 2 streams. I don't know if both chats show up in the same chat, though. That's the thing I don't know. I don't know if the vertical has a different stream. Corvus audio low. Witchy Cat normal. Check, check. Mic check. Oh, did I bump something over here? I think I did. I think I bumped it. I bumped it with the... I bumped it with the bumper thing, the camera lens. I took the lens off the camera. Because I go analog with my cameras. I put the lens cap back on because then I'm like, ooh, the cabal can't sneak a peek of my fucking, when I'm bending over my fish tank with no pants on, they can't sneak a peek of my little tuchus, my little booty cheeks.
What color underwear are you wearing today?
I do it naked.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah, I go full nude. I don't want them accidentally sneaking a free peek of my booty cheeks. You know what I mean?
Save that for the OnlyFins crowd. Yes.
Yeah, I don't have an OnlyFins account. Maybe I should get one and start showing people my booty cheeks on the internet. Only on request, though.
Up even more now.
You guys will have to email me.
Baby.
Send me an email. Make a Booty Cheeks account. Actually, speaking of my email, I gotta log back in. We were a couple minutes late today because I had to call my insurance people because they fucked up and forgot to send my bond into the state, which was pretty funny.
Problematical if you'd like to do something like, work.
Like bonded.
Bonded means?
My payment has been posted. Oh, of course, now they're sending me like a whole bunch of emails. It's like, dude, I was just on the phone with you. Attached is your certificate for the DOL. Yes, okay. Hopefully you forgot to send it in. There it is. There's another copy of it. Oopsie doopsie. And I found out because they sent me a certified letter. I was like, oh my God, the mailman's coming to my door. Maybe I'll get to be friends with the mailman again. No, they just needed my signature for certified mail.
All those emails from the DOL that you weren't paying attention to, that you start every stream with the 2 weeks.
I don't start every stream with emails from the DOL. I haven't gotten any emails from the DOL in a while. Let me see. Where's my last one? Oh man, we got to go to the next page.
Pages.
Bond insurance. No, see, I was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I was talking about the pothole email I got. That was from the state. That they're like,
right?
Yeah, we got your pothole email. DOL was 3 weeks ago. That was 3 weeks ago. January. Was this 14th? Yeah.
I need to do a cache dump of my brain. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I wish I could open every single one with an email from the DOL. That's kind of the reason I was like following up on it, because I'm like, shit, if I was getting that joy, where's the dopamine? You know what I mean? Like, where's my dopamine?
Need more dopamine.
From the joy that we were getting. Is this the thing that I was supposed to look at? They're doing a road improvement, and one of my neighbors sent me an email and was like, do you think that this is appropriate? And I don't know where the thing went, but since I scrolled back in the email, I'm seeing the email. By the way, I had the conversation with them that I was like, yeah, just let them do whatever. Who cares? Like, all you're doing is slowing it down. Just let them fucking do it. Just go there and give them a pat on the back and be like, let's go. Start now. Go dig a hole right now. Get going. But yeah, you have to have all of these, what do you call them? Open house.
Discussion.
Yeah, you have like
comment.
An open house with community comment, and it's like, yeah, but does fucking, Donna from down the street, does she have any idea what it takes to build a sidewalk? Does she, like, what? You know? Like, okay, let's hear what the imaginary Donna person I made up. Let's see what she has to say, you know? And it always almost is exclusively like, well, what's going to happen to my fence? You know? And it's like, well, if your fence is in the way for whatever reason, they'll just rebuild it. Because this happened down the road. They did this like major improvement down there, and a guy was pitching a big fit because they had to take his fence down. Well, his fence was in eminent domain, right?
Right, it was encroaching the easement, right? Okay.
It was. Well, I mean, it was on the easement, right? So they were like, okay, well, we're not going to pay you for your fence, but we'll rebuild the fence. And he was pitching a huge fit about it, and like, you know, the local news was mad, or the local news was coming to his defense or whatever, because he was like, this is ridiculous. I'm grandfathered in to have my fence, you know, and it was like, dude, you're getting a new fence for free.
Right.
Like, what is happening? Where's the atrocity? You know what I mean? Like, where's the, just ridiculous. So, it's almost always going to involve a fence from my experience of going to those meetings. It's like someone's just mad that the city or the state's going to fuck with their fence, you know.
Fence or mailbox, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, fuck your mailbox, you know. If you have any good mail, the mailman brings it to the door and you have to sign for it. If it's good mail. What kind of mail I got today, that's good mail, right?
Sure.
It could be, you could convince me that it was hate mail. Hate mail from the state. Angry hate mail. Come on, guys.
No, lack of that.
I'm going to check the quality of our vertical stream from a different device. That's what I'm going to do. Sign for it. Oh, that's just me talking. Oh, that's not the vertical. How do we watch the vertical? I don't even know how to do that. Home? Maybe we go home. No, it just gives me the vertical, or it gives me the horizontal version. I don't know. I guess we'll see if it works or if it doesn't work. I was going to check the quality, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that, dude. Was your dog barking?
No. No barking dog.
No. Somebody barked. I don't know who it was. Speaking of dogs barking, the herd of dogs here. Herd of dogs update. We have 4 dogs now. If anybody recalls my earlier conversations of a few months ago, when we had foster dogs were brought in. We had these foster dogs, and we were fostering them. And I told Vicky, I was like, why are you adopting 2 new dogs? And she's like, I'm not. We're fostering them, and then we're going to get them adopted out. And I was like, right. Like, you're actually going to do that. And she got mad at me in a friendly mad, right? But then I was like, there's no way you guys are going to let those dogs go to someone else. That's crazy. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, you and Olivia. You and Olivia are not going to let those dogs out of your sight once you've been around them for a month.
Foster fail it.
Yeah, foster fail. That's what they call that. And it happened. So there are dogs now, and now we've had to start taking them to the vet and doing all that stuff. Well, our other dog, Lucy the Bandit, who's been on here a few times, been on the stream, she went into heat the other night, and one of the other foster dogs went into heat the other night too. So we have 2 dogs that are in heat at the same time, simultaneously. Their cycles have synced up. They've synced cycles. They're like sorority girls living in a dorm somewhere. Their cycles have synced up, and it's about as spicy as you would expect from that. So we've got two dogs in heat. So far, no male dogs have tried to bust into the house or the yard. But the weather's been pretty bad, so maybe that's why. Maybe they can't smell good because the weather's been bad.
Or nobody's letting them loose, yeah.
Or they've stayed contained. I can say from the in the past, when I had a boy dog many years ago, a male, and he had his yarbles, because we had bred him with a few other healers. Because back then, blue healers were super rare. Now people buy them because of Bluey, the TV show, and don't realize that you've just acquired a working dog.
Right.
So there's lots of blue healers around now. Back then there wasn't. I originally got into blue healers because of Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. I was like, that dog fucking kicks ass. And then I find out it's an Australian breed, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta have that dog. And I gotta say, great dog. He was an amazing dog. We worked really hard training him and stuff, and he was a great dog. But that's beside the point, because when a female dog went into heat anywhere near, he was escaping. He was gonna go get busy.
I'll be there.
There's a thing. There's a thing about dogs. I respect that attitude. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get out there. You got to beat the pavement. You got to do the work, right? And they're willing to do that. Oh, fuck. We forgot to put our goal up today. Thanks for the reminder, YouTube. 5,000 super chats. And we'll do a...
keep it achievable, after all.
Saturday live aquascape event. Yeah, so our goal is 50 super chats today. If we get to 50 super chats today, we'll do a Saturday live aquascape event. You guys will force my hand with the amount of income that I'll have to do a Saturday live aquascape event. So it's up to you, the viewer, if we're going to do that or not. But there's not a lot of people here today, so because it's Groundhog Day, people are freaking out. We don't know. We haven't even checked. I haven't checked yet to see if Punxsutawney,
I know
Phil.
the answer.
I don't know if Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow yet or not. I don't know. We'll have to look in.
You go ahead and check. I know the answer.
Oh, what's that?
But I know the answer.
Yeah, well, don't do that. We're got to go to the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club. We don't go to those other websites. We go to their actual hosted website for Punxsutawney Phil. As we know, one of the greatest films of all time features Punxsutawney Phil. And what do they call Bill Murray, like Pudgy or something, or Bumpy or something? I forget. They have a name for him. Okay, maybe this is why people don't visit this website, because where's the answer for today? It's Groundhog Day. Tell me the answer, you dinguses. Well, I guess this is why we don't go to the Punxsutawney Phil website. Up at Gobbler's Knob. It's insane. It's insane that you would be like standing around a sign that says the Gobbler's Knob. If you guys want to know what I'm looking at, I probably should have shared it with you, as opposed to just saying Gobbler's Knob. Because that's
much more fun out of context. You did right.
I mean, that's what it's called. It's right here. It's called the Gobbler's Knob, which is factually insane that you would go around saying that. Yeah, here it is.
Turkeys and groundhogs, but whatever.
I mean, this is Groundhog Day right here. I mean, why don't you tell me what's going on? Did he come out? Did he come out of the closet? Did he come out of his hole? Did he see his shadow? We don't know.
Well, one of us does.
It's a Gobbler's Knob at 1548 Woodland Avenue exit, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. And we have no answers here. We have no answers. Let's see. What is Groundhog Day? Travelers resources, Groundhog Day events, tickets.
Tickets.
I guess we got to go. I guess we have to go there. Okay, well, there'll be no answer until we go there. So let's see if we can't find tickets. So here's the schedule. It's today. I believe it already happened. Mm-hmm. February 2nd at 3 a.m. to 5 p.m. Well, if it's Pennsylvania, that means it's over. Because it's 5 p.m. Is it 5 in Pennsylvania?
Yes. It is exactly 5:29.
5:29, right? Yeah, so we can't go. But they won't tell us what happened here. We may never know. Well, I guess we have to wait till next year. We'll get tickets. We'll get tickets for next year, I guess, guys. So, I wish I could play that song from the beginning of from the beginning of Groundhog Day. The da 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 da. You know, I can't think of even the name of that. It's the game of
Spoiler alert.
polka, right? I don't remember. Do you remember what
Spoiler
that was?
alert. There was a shadow. Spoiler alert. There was a shadow.
Hold on, the other computer turned on. I think it wanted me to use that computer instead of this one. Spoiler alert, there was a shadow. Well, now you ruined it for us. Now we can't get tickets.
Well, we can for next year. We just can't this year.
How are we going to get there?
We're going to fly. Well, I mean, if we start walking now, we'll probably get there by next year. Maybe
oh, no.
even sooner.
D-Rock lost both of their pups. That's a bummer. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That's an absolute like nightmare scenario. Lose both of your dogs like that to the spicy neighbor dog. I'm sorry, dude. I mean, here's the best case scenario that I can work out to try and make it better. Is we are going to breed Lucy. We are going to do that because she's a weird ass breed of dog, and our plan was to breed her like anyhow. So if you want like a weird min pin wiener dog, let me know.
A wiener pin?
Because we'll be breeding some of those. So look, I put this thing into sleep mode and then it just started back up again. Windows 11 wants to be awake. I don't know why.
A cranky 4-year-old. It's not ready for a nap.
Yeah, it's like I'm not napping. You can't send me to a nap. I've got to look up the Punxsutawney Phil at the Gobbler's Knob. You can't be out there just saying Gobbler's Knob like that's normal. You can't be doing that. Witchy Cat is super chatting to try and break the record here.
Not really.
It fucking woke up again. Sleep. That computer's about to get punched right in the processor, right in the CPU.
Gonna harp its hard drive.
Happy dance for both friends being here. Who's that? I didn't even know it was Groundhog Day. Thank you for telling us so we can be aware of the groundhog and his power. Yeah, that's right. It is Groundhog's Day, by the way. And I really, it's one of those things. Like I love the Groundhog's Day film. It is an absolute masterpiece. I mean, it really is. You couldn't get a better cast, right? Like you couldn't get a better story, I don't think. Like there's just so many like awesome pieces in that film, even though like I don't even know like what was the realistic budget and stuff.
I don't know what the budget on that was. It was back before they really started going crazy on budgets.
That was 14 million. Yeah, it was one of those real mid-tier production. Like this wasn't a big production. Chris Elliott is in it, which is always just an absolute like bonus to any of these weird 80s and 90s movies and like early 2000s. Like all of a sudden Chris Elliott just pops up as some weird bit character. I think Chris Elliott was the cameraman, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was the cameraman. Andy McDowell, who's like, I don't know. I never understood Andy McDowell, to be honest with you. But she is like seems to be like a wonderful person. So you're like, she has that vibe to her that you're like, you're just like a good person, right? Like you don't, Like, there's no reason to karate chop you ever. You know what I mean? Like, she always just seemed like a person that was like, oh, you're just like a good person. Okay, cool. Right? And they get typecast as a pretty, like, I'm just like the good person. Let's see if she ever did. Let's see if she ever did anything scandalous. Did she ever do anything scandalous? Just getting married and divorced. That's about it. How many times has she been married? 4 times?
Apparently she's not easy to live with. Okay.
Oh, no, I guess she's single now. Boys, opportunity.
She has that big fluffy hair.
Oh, no, she hasn't. No, sorry. 4 times is wrong. 3 times. 2 times.
Okay.
2 times, 3 times?
What?
I don't know. It's confusing. This is confusing. She was married, but then she was divorced, but then she was with Dennis Quaid, and then she was with a high school classmate. They got married. They got divorced. I don't know. Weird. Okay.
Dennis Quaid is
does she have kids? Let's find out. Early life, family. Where's your family tag? Maybe she doesn't have any family. 3. She has 3 kids. Rainey Quayle and Margaret Quayle. Oh, shit. You would know who Margaret Quayle is. This person's an actress. She's in a bunch of... What's she... Yeah, she's in The Nice Guys. She's in Death Note. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Death Stranding.
I've seen one of them.
What's that?
Said so far I've only seen one of these movies.
Have you seen The Nice Guys?
No.
Oh my
God. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the one I've seen for that.
Oh my God. You haven't seen The Nice Guys?
All right, I'll add it to the list.
Oh my God. You have... Oh, as soon as this shit is over, you have to watch The Nice Guys. Oh my God.
All right.
Oh my God. We found one she hasn't seen, folks. We found one that she hasn't seen, and it is... Okay, The Nice Guys. I got to find the synopsis here. Okay, so it stars Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling, Matt Bomer, Margaret Qualley, and Angourie Rice. I don't know who Angourie Rice is, but yeah, it's directed by Shane Black, and it is fucking genius. This movie, oh my God, you're gonna fucking love this movie. I can't believe you haven't seen it. So you could stream it right now. Like, it's got to be streaming somewhere, like super.
I'll find it. I have.
Nice Guys. Where's it stream? Well, I gotta find out because I want to watch it again. Let's see. It's on Netflix for $3. It's got to be free somewhere then.
I'm not gonna watch it on Netflix.
YouTube for $3.99. Google Play $3.99. Amazon Prime $3.99. Where the fuck? The fuck's it free? It's got to be free. It's got to be free somewhere, right? Normally, if it's $3.99 all around, like it's somewhere, it's free.
I know where to steal it. Don't worry. Oh, I didn't say that out loud, folks.
Oh, you
don't
criminal!
Know anything about?
You criminal bastard!
I don't know anything about stealing anything.
Oh, you're just gonna use a VPN. That's right. Don't worry.
I'm entirely a good girl.
Fandango at home, Prime Video, or Apple TV. I think. I don't know. It's confusing. This movie is fucking brilliant, though. I gotta tell you, like where Groundhog's Day left off. The Nice Guys. Have you seen The Good Guys with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg?
No.
No? I fucking hate you right now.
No, don't hate me.
What's that?
Don't hate me.
I'm just saying, like, if you're going to do a desk pop, how are you even going to know what I'm talking about?
Well, then I'll get on it.
Okay, so The Nice Guys and The Good Guys. So The Nice Guys is Russell Crowe and that charming motherfucker Ryan Gosling. And the good guys, by the way, has one of the greatest intro scenes of all time, and it doesn't spoil the movie for you because it happens right at the beginning. But the best cops in town. So, sorry, this is the good guys with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, right? They both play they both play cops, right? Mm-hmm. Mark Wahlberg is like overzealous beat cop detective guy, and Will Ferrell's like the guy who pushes papers at the precinct and never has left the precinct to go out on the beat, right?
Okay.
And at the beginning, there's a chance where they could get a case, but the case gets taken by Samuel L. Jackson and The Rock.
Okay.
Because they're the flashy bad boy cops of the city, right? You know, it's like like they drive a Camaro as opposed to a regular cop car. You know what I'm saying? Like that bullshit from the 70s where it was like, oh, sexy detective shoots everybody and gets away, like Bullet, right?
Right.
Sorry, I need a drink of water there. And anyhow, so it's like the most self-effacing scene, I think, in a movie. So the bad boy cops, right at the beginning, they're chasing the criminals. And it's shot like how TV shoots these like cop shows, right? Like, oh, these detectives, they're going to get them because these are the hot shot detectives. It's like, dun, 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 bow, 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 you know, and like Ice-T is going to show up and bust the pedos or whatever. And so they're chasing after the criminals, right?
Okay.
And the criminals go up to the roof of a building, and then they use a zip line, you know, like how it is in movies, right? Like the criminals have a zip line gun. Right. They hop on a zip line and they hop down the zip line, and then the criminals are smart enough to cut the zip line so that the hotshot detectives can't follow them. But the hotshot detectives are such like TV characters that they're like, well, let's just jump. We'll aim for that bush over there. And of course they both die because they jump off the roof. And then they just die right at the intro. And yeah, that's the good guys. And the good guys has just like a million hilarious things that happen in it. It's funny. Now, the nice guys is like, it's cinematic. It's set in the 70s. Ryan Gosling is a private detective. And Russell Crowe is like formerly a cop or something. I forget exactly what he is. He's a hired enforcer. That's right. So he's a hired enforcer who like used to be a cop, but he like, you know, shot too many criminals. So they're like, you can't be a cop anymore. Kind of thing. And they have to team up to like figure out this. They have to figure out this. A crime, essentially. They gotta solve a mystery, right? Now, the funny thing is about this whole movie is like the characters like never escape being their character. Does that make sense? Like the characters never develop. There is no like moment of growth. There is no like, well, that's outside of a realm of my capability. It's like the guy who's incapable just continues to be incapable throughout the movie, right? And
right.
There's a part where he goes up. There's a scene. Hold on. I gotta see if I can find the scene.
And it's called The Other Guys, by the way, not The Good Guys.
So is it The Other Guys? Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. The Good Guys kept leading me to a series, and I was like, no.
You know that this is copyright protected. But I think as long as I don't play the audio, I think we're all right. Actually, it probably doesn't matter. It's not like we make a lot of money off of this. So here's the scene where he's like in the bar.
Am I gonna pull receipts for you?
He's in this bar. He's talking to this guy.
that a shirt?
Yeah,
It's very pretty.
I made it myself.
Yeah. I made this.
Look, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying you don't gotta think on
So,
your feet.
this scene right here,
Bend a few rules.
where he's playing the private detective, he goes to break the window
As long as you get
because
the
he's
result.
like seen it on TV. Now, he does what every single person that's ever broken a window before on purpose like this does.
Oh, that's it. That's a lot of blood. That's a lot of blood.
Ends up going to the hospital after cutting his arm open. It's the fucking greatest thing. And it literally, like, it absolutely sets the fucking, it absolutely, like, sets the film. It really puts you into the reality of, like, oh, okay, like, there's just a bunch of whack shit happening to these guys. And it's so good. I mean, it's just fucking brilliant. I mean, like,
All right.
because, you know, you watch these shows and they do all this, like, stupid shit. And you're like, how are they doing that? Right? It's like, and, like, a good example would be, like, somebody runs up and, like, they hit the good guy with a baseball bat, right? And they just, like, shrug it off. Like nothing happened. And I gotta tell you, man, like, if you've taken a couple dingers from a baseball bat, like, you are not, like, oh, check me out, I'm gonna go do some wind sprints and act like nothing happened. Like, you are legit, you are in fucking so much goddamn pain. But you're not doing much after that. I'm just saying, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, all this stupid shit happens in these movies all the time, and you're like, oh, I'm just supposed to believe, you know, suspended disbelief, right?
Right.
D-Rock says that intro, LOL. That's right. I mean, and then it's the nice guys. Yeah, sorry, not the good guys. The nice
The
guys.
other guys.
Or the other guys. The nice
other
guys and
guys.
the other guys. So it's confusing, but both great films. And they really
Right.
like the there's this like a part. There's a part where Marky Mark Wahlberg playing the tough Boston cop, and he's like, there's a part where he breaks into the dance class to try and get his girl back, and
Okay.
he does ballet in that scene, and then like Will Ferrell is like, how do you know how to dance like that? And he's like, well, I learned how. So I could make fun of, the people dancing in my neighborhood when I was a kid. And he's like, you ironically learned how to do ballet so you could make fun of people. You know, it's shit like that where you're just like, what the fuck, man? Like, and you got to be having like the most fun making those movies too. Which I think I did hear a while ago that they were thinking about making.
A sequel.
Sequel to The Nice Guys. I don't know about the other guys. I don't know if they're ever gonna make another one of the other guys.
I will check them out. I'm not usually a big, huge Will Ferrell fan, which is probably why didn't see the other guys initially. But I'll take a good recommendation on that.
So I remember there was an update. Shane Black was saying that he wanted to make. Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. But I remember I thought that they already had this. They had the screen for The Nice Guys too. But of course, everything I look up says, well, they asked Ryan Gosling about it, and Ryan Gosling was mad because the opening weekend got overshadowed by the Angry Birds movie.
I'd be mad too. Not
So
gonna
you're
lie.
like, wait a minute, damn it.
The power of the 5-year-olds to go to an app movie. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really feel like that's a movie that you could easily do a sequel to that.
That's cool. What do you think about and I completely taking us away from the topic, but what do you think of the idea of redoing the John Hughes films?
Oh, like Pretty in Pink and shit like that?
Yeah, all the sweet or 16 candles and
Let me look up the list. Let me look up the list of his. So he's got Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I think they're rebooting that. I think there is a reboot for Ferris Bueller already
in the works.
In the works, I think. Bueller reboot. I believe that there's a reboot for that.
So that would be Breakfast Club.
No, a spin-off film called Sam and Victor's Day Off is already in development, focusing on the valets who took Cameron's dad's Ferrari with the Cobra Kai creators.
Which I never watched.
Yeah, I did hear a while ago that they were going to reboot
Ferris
Bueller, which does make sense because we're 20 years out now from 2005, right?
Uh-huh.
So let's see. Let's see. You could probably do a Ferris Bueller's Day Off set in 1999, right? For a reboot, because it's far enough removed.
Sure.
From today.
Because they were such perfect captures of their time. I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, I know that some of the actors are definitely not into it. I saw a Molly Ringwald rant about it the other day, but she wasn't even in Ferris. She was in Breakfast and, of course, all the others.
Wasn't she in Pretty in Pink?
She is. She's in 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink.
Oh. Molly Ringwald says director John Hughes didn't want any of his films remade. Well, they can't be remade because they can't be made without the permission of the late John Hughes, and he didn't want the films to be remade, and I don't think that they should be, really. Okay, first off, I don't know who owns the rights to the John Hughes films. Right. My guess with them being made in the 80s, they probably had the shadiest fucking contract for rights that you've ever seen. I seriously doubt John Hughes owns all of the rights. That wouldn't make any sense. But my thought, here we go. Here's all of the films that he made. Continue without supporting us. Yeah, I'm not supporting random AI generated website for John Hughes. Okay, The Breakfast Club. Like, let's say you remake that, right? No one would watch it now.
It's too feely.
It's not that it's too feely. It's that that film focuses on the idea that there's in-groups, out-groups in high school.
Oh.
And that everyone's being bullied for the in-group, out-group that they're in, right? Even Emilio, or whatever Estevez that guy is, whichever, the rich kid, right? Like, he's what's that?
Go ahead. No, you're fine.
Is he the Estevez? That's the Estevez, right?
He's the Estevez. He's the wrestler.
Jock. Like, he's the jock rich kid, right? Like, he's the jock rich kid. And he's bullied because he's being bullied by, like, the expectations of his family, right?
Right. It was bad, yeah.
Which doesn't have context to today's age, because if you go into college sports, like let's say you cast somebody to play the Emilio Estevez character, like he's a high school student, he's hella good at sports, and there's this like high expectation for him, right? Well, like LeBron James went straight from fucking high school into the NBA, right?
Right.
And now you go to college, they have the NIL or whatever the transfer portal is. You get paid to be a college player now. You get paid money to be playing in college sports. Now, obviously, synchronized swimming you're not getting paid for, but like if you're football, baseball, like you're getting paid for that. So it's like if you had these kids in detention, like trying to argue about like the guy who's hella good at sports is like having problems with the expectations. It's like, yeah, but next year you're going to be earning money. Like, right? So, okay. But then you have the book nerd chick, right? Who's like edgy, but she smokes cigarettes or whatever, like whatever her name was.
Ali Sheedy. Yeah.
Ali Sheedy, right? But you're like, how do you cast these 5 people now? Because let's see, you have the burnout kid who does drugs and shit, which nowadays, does he just do fentanyl in the detention to be edgy? Because weed's legal now, right? Because in the Breakfast Club, they smoke weed, and that was like the big deal. That like, oh my God, they're doing drugs, but it's really showing you that like drugs probably isn't exactly what they've been described by the DARE program. But Judd Hugel has like fucking abusive parents. He has a father that physically abuses him in this movie. Like he has physical, obvious scars from his father in this movie, which is like these other kids would immediately turn around and like, well, we need to report that guy's dad.
Right.
Like I'm calling the fucking police right now. You know?
Right, they're gonna pull out cell phones.
And then it's like, and then Molly Ringwald's character, who's like the princess. What was she? She was like the homecoming queen or something, or whatever she was supposed to be, which I never understood, because when I was a kid, I was like, I thought she was disgusting, to be honest with you. I never understood the appeal. I don't know. She seemed annoying first and foremost. Like like I think if I had ran into Molly Ringwald in 1985, I would have been like, this is the fucking most annoying person I've ever met, let alone like the physical attraction side of it. Like, let's just throw that all out the window. It's just like, this is an annoying fucking person. I wouldn't want to be around him.
She was very whiny.
And then I forget what the Anthony Michael Hall, what was he supposed to be? What was
he was the total nerd.
He was a total nerd.
Ali Sheedy wasn't the book nerd. She was the weirdo. She was the outcast, and he was the nerd.
Well, Ali Sheedy was like the D&D book nerd.
Maybe. I mean, they pointed at her as being like a complete loner without friends at all.
Yeah, but I mean that was the viewpoint of like the D&D nerds, right? In 85, was that like, oh, they're just fucking weird. It's like, yeah, she's a little bit gothic. I would guarantee you she's probably read more books than all of the other kids, except for the nerdy nerd kid, the smart kid, right? The Bill Gates kid, whoever this fucking guy is, Anthony Michael Hall.
Probably was, yeah.
But then it's like, well, she's just a loner weirdo, right? But it's like she probably has 5 friends, right? Like she has a friend in orchestra or whatever, you know, like. But anyhow, that was the 80s. But like, if that's now, yeah, I mean, I just like none of this could track if you did it now. Like you could do a remake, but it would have to be like set, you know, some decades ago, right? So you could suspend disbelief, because like these 5 characters hanging out in detention all day in 2026. Like what exactly are we grappling with, you know? Like as far as the context, because in this movie, like Judd's character and the princess are then now dating, right? And then Emilio Estevez and Ali Sheedy start fucking. So 4 of the 5 people in this movie are introducing their genitals to each other, right? And then there's the nerdy kid who just decides like, yeah, I don't know, it's cool to be a nerd. I mean, there are great lines in it. Like, there are great lines in it. Like, I don't know, Mr. fucking whatever. Screws, the world's an imperfect place. Screws fall out all the time, right? Like, there are great lines. Yes. There's great lines in it. And it's interesting.
Sorry, man, all I know you have is suit.
yeah. There'd be no way to make it. So Ferris Bueller's Day Off, if you made it in 2026, he would just get caught.
Right.
You know.
Possibly deported.
Like, he would just get caught. Like, restaurants wouldn't fall for it now, you know? Like, where he's, like, scams that restaurant and shit, and he, like, scams his parents. But his parents would just, like, where's his cell phone at? His cell phone's active. Right. It's going all around the city, right?
Just use my credit card at.
Right. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, so you wouldn't be able to do that. It's like, oh, his dad's, you know, $500,000 car got stolen. Do you think he doesn't even have like a fucking Apple Air tag on it? You know, like, oh, someone is moving my fucking super expensive car. Like, yeah, I mean, you couldn't make that. 16 Candles. I know I've seen this, but like,
her 16th birthday.
It's her 16th
Nobody
birthday.
Remembered.
And then she wants to sleep with that guy, but then she gets with the other guy or something, or I don't know, I don't remember it. But like, they already made this They already made this show. It's called what was that show with what's her name?
16 Candles. That's the one that had Long Duck Dong in it.
Euphoria. Have you seen Euphoria?
Yes.
That's where Tits McGee came from, whatever her name is.
I haven't seen the second season yet, but yes, I saw.
You haven't seen what?
The second season yet.
Oh. I don't know. I think I only watched the first season. It wasn't good. I mean, I didn't think it was a very good show, and for good reason that they canceled it. I don't think they're making any more of it. Zendaya was in it, and then the other chick, what's her name? Tits McGee. I can't remember her name.
I don't know who she. I know who you mean, but I can't remember her name either.
Sydney Sweeney.
There you go.
And she's like nude in it a bunch or whatever. So it's like, I mean, I think if you made 16 Candles, right? Like, it essentially would be like all edgy, like fucking Euphoria was, right? And then it just ends up essentially just being a movie about like teenagers boning or whatever, you know. And you're like, what the fuck? Why? What are we doing here? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. This you could make. You could make Planes, Trains, and Automobiles because like our travel system is so fucked up now. Still.
Yep.
You could easily
actually.
You could make Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. You could definitely make that. John Candy's character would be played by Jack Black, probably. And Steve Martin's character would be played. I mean, I guess you could have Steve Martin play it. He's still around. Who would be a good substitute for Steve Martin? Oh, it would probably be
Fred Armisen?
What's that?
I said Fred Armisen. I don't know.
Fred Armisen.
Doing a Martin in the.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, you could make Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, is my point. Uncle Buck. Could not make Uncle Buck again.
No, that
like
would
I said,
get.
like I said, I mean, if you set it in today, in today's terms, like, it's not a movie, right? Because just like your shitty uncle comes over to watch your kids and it's all questionable, but then he turns out he has a heart of gold by being aggressively shitty, I guess. Right? You're like, I don't think you can make that movie. She's having a baby. You can't do no. And Curly Sue, you couldn't do that. The last one is Weird Science. I'm not even going to talk about Curly Sue or she's having a baby because I don't even. Those aren't even real.
No.
Weird Science. I don't know if you've watched Weird Science in a long time, and I would highly recommend somebody to go back and watch it. But man, this movie is fucking questionable. It's questionable at best. I mean, it's like it's on par with Porky's. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It is.
You know, they use science to create a thing a fuck doll, right? That's basically what they make, and it comes to life, and they just try to have sex with it the whole time it exists, even though they come to realize that it's a person that is aware and knows what's going on. Yeah, you couldn't remake that one. So like out of all of the films that you could remake, in my opinion, you could remake Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's basically it. I think. I don't think you could make any of the other ones. So
yeah, the Hughes films need a certain naivete or innocence, as well as a lot of license to just be politically incorrect, but neither of which exists in today's.
It's not so much like the requirement of the politically incorrect. It's that it's not plausible in today's day and age. Is my point, right? More than anything else, I think. Like the plausibility goes right out the window of like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, right? It's like you've stolen. You know, it's like you've stolen Cameron's dad's $500,000 car. You're driving it around, and the plan is to put it up on blocks and drive it in reverse to make the odometer go back down. Right? Which is like, okay, like let's say that's your plan in 2026. We're going to steal a car. I don't even know if they had licenses or not. I don't think they did. Maybe they did. No, because Cameron was driving a regular car. So at least Cameron had a license. But either way, nowadays it is illegal to be driving during the day or with friends in the car if you're under 18. If you're under 18. So then the assumption is like, well, let's say that they're over 18. Well, now you've committed essentially a crime. Like
Grand Theft Auto.
A pretty substantial crime because you're just the friend. It's like that 18-year-old is the friend of my son, and they stole my prized possession car. Like, I mean, you might be able to get away with it in this day and age, but I don't know. I mean, I would assume that the dad would at the very least, you know, start a civil lawsuit for damages because the insurance company would probably require it, right? Like he probably has extensive insurance on that level of vehicle, right? So I really doubt that, like, as the dad in 2026, you just go to the insurance company and go like, oh, these crazy kids, you know. The insurance company's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, who? Okay, then you pay for it. You know, then the insurance company would be like, okay, then you pay for it out of pocket. But then he's also got to get it reappraised, right? And it's going to drop value. It's going to drop in value. So even if he gets it fixed, he's going to lose monetary value of an expensive item. Yeah, I mean, I just on that standpoint, right? And then also the other standpoint where they're like dancing in the parade, and then they just like run off, like, oh, somebody figured out we weren't supposed to be in the parade, and then they just ran away. Like, I don't know if you're gonna get away with it, you know, like, especially if it shows up like on the news, like, hey, these weirdos like busted into the
Right.
parade, you know, and then it's like, well, hey, I know that guy. Or
Exactly.
nowadays the fucking government's using Palantir for fucking facial recognition on people.
Right. Instead of
You
show
know,
up at the door.
yeah, there's gonna be a knock at the door. Hey, this is you, and this is you in the parade you're not supposed to be in.
Right.
I don't know. You just can't make it. I don't think. I just don't think you can make it. It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. You know. It's like, why do you make Stranger Things, right? Because
Right.
you suspend disbelief because like supernatural things are happening, right? And you go, well, I don't know about these supernatural things. Like, that's crazy. But you go like, no, but because it's supernatural, right? You're like, oh, okay. I guess there could be a big crack open up in the ground, right? Like supernatural shit's
Right.
happening. It's like it's why the Marvel films did so well, right? It's like they're superheroes.
Right.
So like the explanation is fucking Superman or whatever, right? You know, like that's the explanation. So it's
Right.
like, let's just go watch this thing because it's gonna be fun, and you don't have to question it because it's not the world we live in. Whereas like Ferris Bueller's Day Off was set just like, here we are. Were they in Chicago or New York or something? Where were they? Where was this set?
Paris is Chicago. Bill instead.
Yeah, it's set in Chicago, but like I swear to God that Ferrari scene where they go off the where they jump it, you know, where it like launches into the air. It's like
Right.
they're in San Francisco or something, you know.
Yeah. Was it Sherman Oaks? Is that the name of the town or the suburb of Chicago? I believe.
Shermer High. Shermer, not Sherman.
Sherman.
Schaumburg is the big suburb of Chicago.
One of them. Yeah.
Yeah, because in Chicago there's the Loop, but then there's all the surrounding areas.
Downtown business center
View larger
and
map.
hoity-toity expensive
We gotta
shopping.
view. We gotta view the larger map. Yeah, I've been all around downtown Seattle or downtown Chicago, to the Bean and the Botanical Garden, Lincoln Park. So I could have said I went to Lincoln Park, the band.
Natural History Museum.
I went to the band, the Lincoln Park at Lincoln Park.
You went to the nice.
Yeah, there's like Aurora, Naperville. What else is around there? Yeah, Dixon, Rockford.
Juliet.
Yeah,
Gary,
there's like
the crime capital of the United States, Gary.
Gary.
Gary. Yep.
Stay at a Gary, Indiana.
Yes. Yep. It's right on the border between Chicago and Indiana. It actually stretches between the two, kind of like Kansas City. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What's
You just have to drive
what's
through it when I went to see my cousin in Chicago.
what's the news on the mountain this week? What's the hot news?
Oh, dead silence. Everybody's mad at me. They finally took the time to look at my Facebook and realized I don't care for MAGA, so I'm being left to my devices.
They looked at your
Yeah.
face page.
Yes.
What's the Legoland Discovery Center in Chicago? Okay. That's kind of what you would expect from a Legoland. They got a Lego Einstein.
Is everything square?
No, it's all made out of Legos.
Don't walk in there barefoot.
I mean, they're not loose. They're made into stuff. I don't think it's worth a trip. This doesn't look like it's worth a trip. Yeah,
He only used to go all the time.
my big news is the dogs are in heat. All
Backing
right.
up on things.
What's our big news with the Trump administration? Sucks so bad.
Yeah.
Hold on, I just got another email from the insurance people. Yeah, it's like I said, they suspended my license because my bond apparently didn't get sent in time. So now I have to pay $60 to reactivate it, even though it should have been sent in. It should have been sent in last week, but I think the reality is like just the days got mixed up because it was supposed to be sent in by the 29th, and I didn't have it. I don't think they sent it in by the 29th. No. Please find your 1/29/2026 commercial general liability renewal policy. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I don't know. I guess we'll find out once I call them again. Terrorism Risk Insurance Act. I didn't get the terrorism insurance. Do you think I should have? Like the Death Star?
The Death Star? Yeah, you never know. Are you going to go work on the Death Star?
I choose not to be a contractor on the Death Star. You know?
Probably off of the best.
Bill and Ted, LOL. Actually, that's a good point. But Bill and Ted did a continuation. It wasn't a reboot. Like, you couldn't do... I personally don't think you could do a reboot. Wouldn't work. But the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure 3, whatever that was, it was fun. We went and saw it in the theater. Bill and Ted's 3, what the hell was that called? Was it Bill and Ted Face the Music, right? But that only worked because, like, you know, Alex Winter and Keanu were in it.
No.
Oh, and I think it didn't do as well because of COVID, right? I think COVID kind of fucked that over. What did they... Oh, yeah, the box office was terrible. Yeah, spent $25 million. The box office was only $6.3 million. That's not good. But I wonder how much it made from streaming and shit.
Yeah, that's where things are really getting the funds these days.
I wonder who financed it though. Distributed by Orion. Endeavor Content? I don't even know what Endeavor Content is. American multinational film and television production and distribution company. Fifth season has financed, produced, and distributed TV series and films such as Severance, Killing Eve, The Night Manager, Tokyo Vice, Flora and Son, Cha-Cha Real Smooth, The Lost Daughter.
Killing Eve is good. I've been watching that.
Yeah, it doesn't list Bill and Ted's Face the Music on their on their page.
We're not even going to talk about it.
Yeah. Part of the South Korean conglomerate group. Actually, I don't know. It kind of makes me wonder. Founders Chris Rice and Graham Taylor. Yeah, I was wondering if like Keanu was
Involved.
strongly behind like funding the film.
Oh.
You would think Keanu's worth a lot of money at this point, and he should just be like making whatever he wants to make at this point.
He seems a little more focused on issues than acting of late, which isn't a bad thing.
What's that?
I said he seems more focused on issues than action, or acting rather, of late, which isn't a bad thing per se.
Issues and acting? I keep asking, what are you talking about? Because I'm confused.
He's more interested in going out and backing organizations, doing political stuff, doing that type of thing than acting lately, it seems. At least as I see him mentioned in the news.
Recent Keanu Reeves highlights are his strong relationship with his girlfriend, Alexandra Grant, including recent public displays of affection in New York City and details about their skating date, while also covering his recent Broadway play. Okay, that's why I haven't really heard from Keanu. He was in a Broadway play, Waiting for Godot, where he lived in Linda Evangelista's, Evangelista's, I don't know, former New York City loft, in anticipation for his upcoming film Good Fortune. That's the one where he's like the angel or something. Which, by the way, it's like if he isn't making Constantine, like what the fuck are you doing? You doing Broadway plays?
Get on to Constantine. That's what I'm waiting for. Couldn't care less about the John Wick movies, but I really want the Constantine.
Constantine 2 is officially moving forward, with Keanu Reeves set to return as the chain-smoking warlock. Alongside original director Francis Lawrence, the sequel, currently in script development, is expected to be a dark R-rated Elseworlds project, potentially exploring a more tormented version of the character with Peter... Who the fuck is Peter Stormare? No, Stormare in talks to return as Lucifer. Yeah, I don't know how to say that guy's name. Peter Stormare. He's the Lucifer guy.
Right.
It's apparently it's in script. I mean, that means it's fucking ridiculous. Until they start principal shooting, it's nothing.
Right.
I mean, some people will make some money, I guess, but until they actually start doing principal, like, it's nada mucho.
Saying Abrams is looking to produce it.
Yeah. Keanu confirmed in late 2025 that a new script draft has been completed and is being reviewed by the studio. So, that's it. Yeah, unless they're doing principal and shit, like, it just means nothing. But yeah, if he's not doing Constantine, like, just stop doing that other shit. Get Constantine going.
Get it on.
Like, we have like an endless supply of John Wick movies. We have an endless supply of John Wick movies, but we don't have another Constantine. You know, like, this is fundamentally broken.
Wrong.
System. Should we even talk about news today? It's pretty infuriating, all of the crazy shit that's going on.
I think we should.
And we don't have any viewers, so we started talking about movies and shit, and people just tuned out. They're like, we don't
I didn't mean to do that. I do have a question about something that I was curious about earlier, where you're concerned.
What's that?
And that is, we've talked about, we always, joke about Skynet's coming for us, and we've talked about AI and the amount of resources and such that it uses. But I also know that we've talked about outside the stream using it for certain things in context of possible projects, blah, blah, blah. So what is your view on using AI as a regular day-to-day person? I mean, I know that you are an environment guy as well as all the rest of it. Is there some way, I don't know, do you feel like we can use it ethically? Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously like a bigger question than it probably sounds like, but I would, to make this really easy, I would put it on the parallel of using gas or diesel vehicles, right? Like there's nothing that the average consumer can do to just eliminate that system, right?
Right.
Like the idea that we've been told the entirety of our lives is that the consumer has all this control, right?
Right.
But the reality is that like if we look back over the last 50 years of supposed capitalism, in air quotes, in our country, that capitalism is going to solve for the problems of the free market, right? Like, oh, there's a void here, so people are going to become brain surgeons. That's what we were told. That's what we were told that capitalism is that like, oh, there's a need, so capitalism will solve it. You know, the free market will allow the competition for the best product to exist. And I think if you took your time, you could find 20 million examples of that not being true. And it, in fact, being true that public development of infrastructure, public development of technology, public development of medicine are pretty much responsible for all of the technological advancements that we've experienced over the last 100 years, right? It's like how much just came from the space program, right? As far as technology goes, what was it? Apollo? Was it Apollo 7 where everybody burned to death inside the
capsule?
The capsule on the launch pad. Like they didn't even get to take off. They just caught on fire on the launch pad, and those people all burned to death inside there. And then we went, well, what happened? Oh, we just used to keep copper wires exposed in oxygen-rich environments.
How could anything go wrong?
Oops. Right. Whoopsie-doopsie. Lemon scoopsie, right? To the ballpoint pen, right? Like the ballpoint pen exists because of the space program. You know, cell phones, the Wi-Fi, internet technology, all that shit, that all comes from public development, right? It doesn't have anything to do with the private companies providing us with technology. Like, the private companies expanded on some technologies. They didn't even make the fucking breakthrough, right? Public investment did that.
Right.
And so the way that I see what is happening right now is that if you're talking about all these data centers being built, this AI technology that they're constructing, as an average consumer, there's nothing I can do to get them to stop, right? Like if I don't use ChatGPT or if I don't use Grok, right? Like how many people left Twitter? Like 70%, 80%?
Mm-hmm.
How many people, like how much, hold on, let's look that up. How Yeah, so the initial exodus was over 1 million accounts deactivated or suspended in the first week of the takeover. Projections indicated the potential loss of over 30 million users by 2024 due to technological issues and content moderation changes. In November 2024, the platform saw one of its largest single-day exoduses, with over 115,000 users deactivating accounts in one day following the U.S. election. As of April 2025, Twitter had lost 11 million monthly active users in the European Union. By December 2024, The Guardian reported that the platform lost 2.7 million active U.S. users in over 2 months. Yeah, so it's like, I guess that's my point, is that, like, this sort of proves my point. Like, there's not really anybody on Twitter anymore, but there's still 300 million supposed accounts on there, right?
Right.
What's Twitter, like, what is Twitter, like, worth now? I'm not sure. Yeah, so like the valuation of Twitter is that he bought it for what, $44 billion, but right now it's supposedly worth $20 billion, right?
Right.
It could possibly be valued at 15 to 16 billion. Fidelity valued it at 9.4 billion. But as we can see, is it only Tesla stock, or is there XAI stock? So Tesla stock's down to 421 a share, even though it was up at 489 in December of 2025. Was all the way down at 335 in August of 2025. But it has, like, seen basically no negative effect, right?
Right.
So Tesla, but here's the funny thing is like Tesla stock falls, right? But you go like, okay, it has fallen. We go to the 1 day. It opened at 421. And it closed at, yeah, so I mean, it lost supposedly 8 points today. How did it open at 421 and then it closed at 421? But it lost 8 points. I don't, go figure. I don't know why it's telling me it lost 8 points. Maybe it lost 8 points on the week. I don't know. But either way, Tesla is completely falling apart. They spent all that money on Twitter. Now they're spending all this money on XAI. SpaceX is about to merger with XAI, right? Like, so all those people that like left Twitter, right? Like, what did it do? Like, we saw zero effect or affect, right? With all of those people leaving Twitter, because this guy just continues to make all of these insane moves while milking up all of this government money, right? He just milks up all this government socialism contracts, essentially, right? Like, he just milks up subsidies, continues to invest in stupid shit, and it has affected nothing, right? And so, like, I'm not saying it's self-defeating in that, from that standpoint, because I'm just saying that, like, as an individual consumer, I don't think it affects anything, right? And I also saw this effect from, like, you know, spending, like, the better part of 5 years as a vegan, right? Like, in that time frame, like, I spent my time just eating food that I made and shit like that, right? And that just happened to be vegan. And just making vegan meals. But then when you look at like the investments that companies make in making vegan food, they make vegan chicken nuggets, right?
Yes.
That's where they put their money. They put their money in like, well, we're not making food that happens to be vegan that's good. We're figuring out how to take all this like highly processed shit and then craft that into something that people already eat.
Right.
That is now vegan. Like we got a vegan hamburger, right? It's like, why are you making a vegan hamburger? You know, it's like, well, we made a vegan burger patty with vegan cheese, vegan bread, and vegan lettuce and tomato, right? And then like, and vegan mayo, right? And you're like, so you made mayo, which is essentially eggs and oil. Okay, you made a vegan version of that, which it is fairly easy to make vegan aioli, right? It's not that hard. It just has a shitload more garlic in it and stuff. But regardless, it's like all they were doing was just making meat dishes and then just making them vegan, right? And so I think that like as far as these companies are operating outside the realm of capitalism, right? And so the free market doesn't do anything to them. Recently, Scott Galloway has proposed this like unsubscribe initiative, which I personally, I'm like, I like the idea, I guess, or whatever, but like, I don't think that it will honestly affect anything, right? Like, sure, I guess if a bunch of people unsubscribe from Amazon Prime, that might do something. I don't know. It might. I don't. What if Amazon Prime has 200 million users? I don't even know what it is, and 1 million of them unsubscribe. It's like, I'm sure that the company goes like, hey, what the fuck? All right, well, let's just go find another 1 million users, right? Like, this shit is not going to change without an applied force that is larger than them. Does that make sense?
It does.
Which is my whole
of another company or something.
Well, no, it's my whole point of trying to advocate for the electorate to utilize their power where their power exists, right? Like, if the Supreme Court is acting out of pocket because there's only 9 old geriatric freaks in there that clearly have been taking shitloads of bribes for decades, like, we need the power of the people to be represented by our government that we vote for, right? In order to make a change there, because like, you're not going to affect the Supreme Court by just ignoring it, you know?
No. Oh, so on that key, what do you think of this last week's rumblings about the change to voting? No mail-ins, no.
I mean, it's an executive order. I mean, we'll see what it does.
Okay.
What does an executive order do when states are the ones that run the elections in their state?
Another bill, isn't there? There's a stronger voting bill that's up right now too, that they're trying to push through before midterms.
Yeah, we've been gerrymandered for the last 40 fucking years. We've been voter suppression has been going on for the last 70 years.
To make elections great again.
What you know, like, these things are all problems. Like, they are problems. But like, how are we supposed to get out of this situation, right? Like, getting out of this situation means that like, you have to replace these people. I mean, as simple as that. Like, you have to replace them and you have to vote them the fuck out. You know, how many conversations I've had with people that are like, well, we need to put age limits on the electorate or on the candidates or whatever, right? Like,
Right.
Okay, how about don't vote for somebody who's 84 fucking years old?
Right.
Right? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, they're like, oh, we
Or
need to put an
set up
age. We need to put an age limit on it. Why? Are people too stupid to not realize that an 85-year-old person is going to die soon? So maybe don't put them in office for 6 fucking years. Okay, you vote. We get what we get then, right? We
Right.
need people to get involved. Like, do people go to meetings at City Hall? Like, even just from like down low, stupid shit like the road improvement project, right?
Yep.
Like going to those meetings to find out what's going to go on with the big road near here. And sure, I was making fun of the imaginary Donna person complaining about their fence earlier.
She
But
was
like,
there.
that's the reality of like politically what is happening on the ground, right?
Right.
People are concerned about their fence, apparently, right? Like, apparently that's Donna's primary concern. So how do we, as a society, accept that, right? Like, how do we, as a society, make a workaround so that Donna's fence is, everybody's happy on both sides of it, right? But then people go like, well, we don't want money in politics, right? And you go, okay, we need to create a system that we're publicly funding our elections then. Okay, well, the Republicans are in power. They claim they want small government. Why aren't they proposing that? Right? I mean,
Right.
the level of outrage I have is not diminished at all. The shit that they're doing is outrageous. That's why I talked about not electing Donald Trump a year and a half ago. And I said, I don't really like Kamala Harris all that much, but she's clearly the only competent candidate who doesn't seem to be committing crimes on a daily basis, who actually understands our laws, right? Because she went to fucking school for it. She actually worked in the justice system
As a prosecutor. Yeah.
And I'm saying that, like, I advocated for a better choice because I knew how outrageous this was going to be. Right? Supposedly, people elected Donald Trump. Having looked at the voting forensics in a lot of these fucking swing states, I don't know that I believe he was actually elected. But does that matter? Doesn't matter now because he's shitting his pants in the Oval Office during meetings.
Audibly.
Right? Audibly, and then immediately canceling the event in the Oval Office. Which, by the way, I would think that, like, if I happen to be the president, right? Like, in this weird world, in this weird imaginary world, I was somehow the president, and there was I gotta shit my pants type situation. Maybe I ate some bad bulgogi for lunch, and like, holy shit, it's like IBS is happening here. I gotta take a shit. I would hope, beyond hope, that I was adult enough as the supposed supreme adult in the room to go, hey guys, you're gonna have to excuse me for a couple minutes. I have to go to the restroom. And I would excuse myself, we'll go take a shit, clean myself up, wash my hands, and come back and continue the meeting. I don't imagine a world.
Your logic.
What's that?
But look at you with your crazy logic.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, I'm a person. I have been in that situation before where I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to shit my pants. I just had a level of awareness like, hey, everybody, we got to stop for a minute. I'll be back. Instead, shit your pants and cancel the fucking deal right there. Okay. For some reason, conservatives have like a long track record of shitting their pants. I don't know why, but maybe they're afraid. Maybe they actually are afraid of going to the bathroom. Like, maybe that's an actual thing. I don't know. Maybe it's like an actual reality for them that they do fear going to the bathroom.
It is, I guess, a scary place.
What's that?
All echoey and hard. There's nothing soft to land on if you fall.
I mean, I
The
guess.
bathroom is scary.
I mean, you could take a pillow with you or something. I don't know. Wear a helmet. Wear a helmet. I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of solutions. Creative solutions will save us, right? So I'm like, I just think like from a reality standpoint that like, I advocated for a thing, and I can sit here and be critical all day long of this administration and the specific things that are going on. And by the way, like I would find that to be pretty entertaining more often than not. The disgusting level that they're stepping on our constitutional rights is beyond comprehension. But I will say it's what I expected. Like this was the expectation. Right. The expectation was the ghouls will be back in the fucking White House and they are going to go completely fucking insane. Right? The first administration was at least being held back by people I heavily disagree with, but they were at least patriotic to the point where they weren't going to directly just steal money like blatantly out in the open.
Right.
I mean, the parallel is that they literally bulldozed the visitor center of the White House, right? Like, yep. You can't visit the White House anymore because the point of entry was the East Wing. Like, that's where you went in to go on a tour of the White House. You can't do that anymore because you can't go in. So yeah, I mean, is bulldozing part of the White House the metaphor? Is it metaphorical? I don't know. I think it's even beyond the metaphor because they're literally just bulldozing parts of the White House, right? And now, it just, for certain people, they're like, you didn't even give a shit about the East Wing of the White House. And it's like, yeah, I will admit that I did not wake up daily to think about the East Wing of the White House, right? And one of the reasons that I don't wake up daily and think about things like the East Wing of the White House is that you assume no one has molested the East Wing of the White House because it's never happened, right? It's never happened in my life that somebody just bulldozed a part of the White House. Although maybe now that should be our de facto sitting position is like, hey, at any point in time, anyone could bulldoze the Abraham Lincoln Monument. They might just bulldoze it. The bulldozers could be out there right now. I don't know. The Washington Monument, they might just knock it over because it's not an Arc de Triomphe, right? I don't know. I mean, I listened to the Pod Save America guy and the Cumtown guy. Yeah, Adam Friedland. Adam Friedland was on the Pod Save America with the guy Jon Favreau, and it's worth listening to. And they brought it up that Adam Friedland was like, it's Donald Trump. He's going to build a bunch of gold garbage, right? Like, what do you expect? Like, that's what he's going to do because he's from New York, right? Adam Friedland's from New York, and he's lived his whole life seeing all this bullshit Trump garbage that goes up. D-Rock says, did you see that Trump endorsed a Republican for Texas and when a Democrat won, he said he had no idea who the Republican even was, even though he publicly endorsed him. Yeah, I mean, it's a 37-point swing, right? But I was actually looking. I can't remember the name of the. Jesus Christ! I got hammered by a. So there was a special election in whatever district it is, and I can't remember the name of the. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean you gotta wonder if the Sorry, I'm trying to find like a real article here. Ah, here we go. Yeah, it's Chris Menefee is the guy who won, right? And the opponent.
In the 18th district.
Yeah, the 18th district special election, and I do know off the top of my head it was a 37-point swing, which is insane. I mean that's like crazy, but I'm trying to find that.
The red seat was Taylor Remmett. That's who won the red seat.
Yeah, Taylor Remmett is the other one. Yeah, because there was 2 special elections, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they die or something?
I don't know if both of them did. I think the one that Remmett won did.
Yeah, Trump said, "I'm not involved in that. That's a local Texas race," is what he said on Sunday at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, just a day before the race, Trump had heaped praise on Republican contender Leah Wambascanagas. Yeah, that's the person. I don't know how to say this person's last name. Wambascanagas? I don't know. I needed to see the vote results from this. I need to see the results. Nope, that's the same article.
Menefee had 16,174 to Amanda Edwards 7,478.
Yeah.
And let's see if I can find the other one.
God damn it. Like, where... I don't know. I found them the other day, but obviously I can't find them now. Was it Axios that posted? This fucking internet slop is just such a fucking shit show. I mean, I understand, like, why Trump voters are such low quality, you know? I mean, the thing is that, like, am I supposed to pull my punches for, like, what big of pieces of shit, like, conservatives are these days? Like, they're the fucking stupidest group of people, like, on the planet. I mean, it's ridiculous. But I could also understand that, like, from the standpoint of trying to find information, and then just, like, people just absolutely refuse to, like, want to learn things in this country, or find, like, verifiable information. But, like, this is a part of it, right? It's like there's this fucking internet slop where it's like, can I just look up the results from that election and I get an op-ed piece from somebody in fucking Tennessee, right? And you're like,
Remit's votes 54,280, 57.2% of the vote versus 40,600 for Wham's Gamstat, whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah, that
Who
doesn't.
only came in.
That
Yeah, I
doesn't.
know that's not what you wanted.
It's not. It's not. That's not what I. Okay, it is. That is also not what I want. But like,
I apologize.
I need to see the analysis of it because the voter turnout is extraordinarily low, and that's ultimately the point I wanted to get to. But like, I didn't pull up any links from this because I don't necessarily want to talk about this. I mean, it's a big deal, sure. Special election, the Democrat won. I mean, the Democrats win special elections. It's because fucking Republicans don't show up for special elections. They don't. Historically speaking, they just don't show up for special elections. They don't show up. They don't show out. They don't do the thing. They're extraordinarily like low information voters. And when I say that, that also includes the fact that like they don't even know that there's a special election going on. That's how low information they are. But of course I can't find the fucking voter rolls right now while we're live. I looked at them the other day, but now I'm not finding them at all. Probably because they want to bury them, would be my guess. Probably behind a paywall somewhere. Who the fuck knows? Probably have to pay the government now to look at.
To get whatever state sanctioned information they'll allow you to have.
Yeah, like here's a perfect example right here. Because of the timing of the special election, turnout was down significantly from the 2022 race, from 277,000 voters to 94,000 voters. Like that's the deal right there, is my point. Like the biggest thing is that like, yeah, sure, the special election that means he's going to be a state house representative until November. So he's immediately got to start running again to get reelected.
Right.
So like, cool, man. It's a glimpse into like what could be, But the bigger problem is that there's a ton of people that are going to celebrate this and be like, the work is done. That's essentially what's going to happen. They're going to celebrate this and then be like, well, don't worry. The ship will right itself. And the problem is that it's not,
That's the attitude that I see amongst a lot of my members after each one of the big protests. Look what our numbers were. We did great. And then it's back to whatever until the next outrage, of course, occurs. And then it's, oh my gosh, nothing changed. I see that on both sides. Although with voting, it's much more important, obviously. But it's interesting to me that there's that disassociation so strongly.
Yeah, this is the funny thing. So I was in so one of our local Washington State sheriffs he's outraged. Keith Swank. He's outraged. He's outraged that in Washington State they're passing a bill that federal ICE agents essentially can't be masked, right? But a lot of the responses from these supposed, like, I don't know, the conservative groups, they read like this. So it's like he posted a video of himself complaining about how it's going to be blue on blue crime, if the local police have to tell federal agents to not be masked and breaking the law. Because right now they're breaking the law and are local police are basically not doing anything about it.
Right.
And so I said, why are you not afraid of identifying yourself? Right. And the responses are hilarious. Here's the response. Would you be willing to go out on an ICE raid and not wear a mask? And my response to that was, why are the ICE officers afraid of being identified? Sheriffs and local police cannot hide their identities. Right.
Right. They have to give their name and badge number if asked.
Yeah. If you're asked, you have to identify yourself. And then the response from somebody else was, actually SWAT and sometimes regular police can have, which doesn't make any sense. But look up the active doxing that is going on against ICE agents and their families. Okay. You're a federally paid agent with American tax dollars. Why do you get to be a secret agent? Like, it's not like, oh, well, they're doing a clandestine mission overseas to try and, steal the secret files from Putin. Like, no, you're operating on the in the public domain, right, of like the streets of America. Then somebody said, thank you to the sheriff, which is like thrown in. And then I asked that person, why isn't this sheriff hiding his identity? And then the answer is, he's the sheriff, LOL. We know who he is, but I can guarantee you, if his officers start getting doxxed, he will absolutely let them protect their identities, which is just fundamentally untrue, right?
Right.
Somebody else said their families' lives are being threatened. Okay. Then send the police to arrest the people that are threatening their lives, right?
Right. Would be the next logical step.
So my response was, so the sheriffs are running around with no uniforms, masks, and no badge?
Hell, the sheriffs drive their cars home and park them in their own parking lot.
They're parked in their fucking driveway. Like,
exactly.
Mine. I have a neighbor right down the road that is a patrol officer, and guess where his patrol car is parked?
In his driveway.
In his driveway, in front of his house. Yeah. And there's also a local police officer that lives as a beat cop, lives right over that way, the other direction, and his car, his fucking police cruiser, is parked. Guess what? Right out front of his house. Like, the idea that Americans have that we just get to operate, that we just have a secret police that just gets to go operate and trample all of our fucking constitutional rights on a daily basis. How Americans are signing up for that is beyond me. I don't understand it. It is fucking insane. We're dealing with insane and fucking stupid people. That's just the basis of like what we're dealing with in the United States. It's a bizarro world. People are just signing up. People are currently signing up to surrender their Second Amendment rights. Can you believe that? Like, lifelong Republicans are currently saying, he had a gun. Okay. And for some reason, it's all just being conveniently left out that, like, with that Alex Preddy guy, that's his neighborhood. That's where he lives. So, yeah, he had a gun outside in the neighborhood where he lives. They're like, he shouldn't have gone to the protest. And I'm like, there wasn't even a protest. He was outside filming these fucking shitheads in his neighborhood, right? You're like, he didn't go anywhere. They came to him. Where are they from? Right? It's like, oh, well, we flew him in from Missouri. Like, why did you fly in officers from Missouri to be in this neighborhood? What are they doing? They're doing a special operation, which, by the way, they keep saying that the special operation is always like, it's a child molester. And it's like, by the way, why are there so many fucking child molesters in the Republican narrative? Why is it always child molesters? Right? And by the way, like, why aren't they doing anything about their own child molesters? Like, they're representatives that are clearly in the Epstein files and shit. Like, it's just bizarre to me. And so
Well,
it's like I don't know, like I'm supposed to be apologetic to these people or whatever, but like it's gone from me at this point. I just don't have it anymore, like the ability to like give a fuck about them. And I had a personal conversation the other day with somebody that was like, well, you're kind of going pretty hard at people every once in a while, you know, and it's like, is somebody they're gonna do whatever? I'm like, if they're taking me to the fucking secret jail, like what am I gonna do about it? Right? Like they box in cars on the freeway, they crash into people, right?
Yeah, they pit people all the time.
Yeah, they do pit maneuvers on people, box their car in, and take them in by force. And it's like, well, what am I supposed to do in that instance? Because it's like, you know, what's going to stop them from doing it? Nothing. You know, random chance that I might be able to like run away and evade or something. I guess maybe they could potentially give up, but right.
And it's not like they're going to like, oh, he's got a kid with him, we've got to be careful. That's been demonstrably done, that they couldn't care less who you have with you, in what circumstance. They've tear gassed children, for God's sake.
They abducted that kid and took him to Texas.
Yep.
And they're like, well, we had to keep track of the narrative that the Republicans are trying to tell you right now is that the guy abandoned the children, or his child, and so they had to keep the kids safe.
Right, from the school bus to his front door.
So the officers were keeping him safe, which, by the way, like let's say your neighbor's 5-year-old was outside, and you're like, oh shit, I gotta help my neighbor's kid for some reason is outside. I'm gonna go scoop him up and keep him safe for a little bit until I can figure out what's going on here. Why was he just outside wandering around or whatever, right?
Right.
Would you ship them off to 5 states away?
Probably. I probably wouldn't even.
Why would you? What's that?
But I probably wouldn't even take them out of sight of their home.
Or even like.
Or inside my home without some.
Well, no. Yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't even take them out of your home, but like, why didn't the federal officers get the police, the fire department, local children's protection? Why didn't they get any of them involved?
Right.
They threw the kid in a van and sent him to fucking Texas. It's insane, right? Like, and we're supposed to rationalize. We're supposed to have a rational conversation with people that are like, well, they were trying to capture this guy, and he ran away because he feared for his life because masked people in bulletproof vests and shit were chasing him in their vehicles. They jumped out with guns and shit, and he somehow evaded them. Okay. So that happened. And then you're like, okay. So the first story that comes out is that, oh, they used this guy's kid to try and lure other people out of the house. And they deny that, by the way. We didn't do that. This guy abandoned the kid.
A little kid in front of his own door with us all around him. Mm-hmm. Not happening.
So we have images from this, right? Which means that other people were around. It's not like we were in a ghost town where there's no one else around. But now they have a 5-year-old kid. And they have a decision to make. They have the decision to make in regards to the fact that you have a 5-year-old kid with you. It's not your kid. You got to figure out how to take care of this kid and where this kid's got to go next. Their response to that was ship him to fucking Texas. Right?
Right.
And then we're having I'm supposed to be trying to have conversations with people that are excusing that behavior.
Right. They think that's totally okay.
They think that's totally fine. That's great. Let's just keep doing that. And it's all good. Right? And I'm supposed to just have like regular conversations with those people? What?
How dare you be outraged? at that.
Right. These are the same
What-
people
what
that
do you
scream. These are the same people that scream, "You didn't protest over Lake and Riley."
Right.
I keep hearing about Lake and Riley all the time. Constantly. In fact, I'm constantly reminded of the murder of Lake and Riley, which, by the way, is a terrible tragedy. Lake and Riley's killer has been prosecuted and is locked up in jail for fucking 40 years. What am I supposed to protest? What protestation am I supposed to have in the eyes of our judicial system functioned properly? What am I supposed to protest there? The man had his fucking due process by going to court, by
Right.
being apprehended, by being arraigned, being charged with a crime, was able to defend
Right.
himself in court in front of a jury of his peers, was convicted of the crime that he was charged of, was sentenced by a judge, was sent to prison. Like, that's our judicial system. What am I supposed to protest? What function of our judicial system there am I supposed to be upset about? There's, in some world, you could take the fucking mental leap to go, well, maybe you should advocate for the death penalty in that case. Well, I'm not a judge. I don't have the qualifications for the sentencing. I could probably acquire the qualifications for the sentencing, but for whatever reason, the lawyers decided that, and maybe in that state they don't have the death penalty, and so they didn't pursue it. But I'm not a fan of the death penalty because, in my opinion, that's the easy way out. Oh, this guy raped and murdered 30 people, and then you just shoot him, and then he's just gone now? Or he sits in a prison cell with zero fucking contact with any other part of humanity for the next 48 years, and then he dies. I'm in favor of the 48 years in solitary confinement, personally.
Yeah, do some suffering, asshole.
What's that?
Do some suffering, asshole.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, even if he isn't in solitary confinement, it's a pretty harrowing place to be on death row or adjacent. What is it, Supermax?
Yep.
It's not death row because
kid crimes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a harrowing experience. To the extent of my knowledge, and by the way, to the extent of everyone on this planet's knowledge, there is no magical afterlife where you get to go and take your magic pajamas and go live on another planet after you're dead. So executing these people seems to be the absolute easiest way out for them because they don't have to deal with any kind of punishment for the crimes that they've committed, realistically. And by the way, if you do believe in imaginary Jesus and all that shit, it's also the easy way out because that guy can just accept Jesus into his heart and repent, and then now he gets to go to heaven. What's up with that? That's not good.
And who wants to go there if those are the rules?
Right. You guys are gonna have like a really weird heaven. If heaven exists, it's gonna be a weird place filled with sexual deviants and murderers and shit. I love how they're all saying that anyone protesting is being paid by the Democrats.
Yeah, where's my check?
I mean, it's a narrative because, and one of the it's a narrative of projection. It's right. You have to remember that a lot of these protests that the Republican Party has been doing for the last, at minimum, 15 years, which is like, where did Turning Point USA come from? It's funded by fucking creepy billionaire guys. Where did Ben Shapiro? Where did Ben Shapiro come from? He's funded by creepy billionaire guys. Where did Tim Pool come from? He's funded by fucking allegedly $5 million of Russian fucking bribery money, right? Like where did Rush Limbaugh come from? He's funded by creepy billionaires. Like all of these figureheads, Tucker Carlson. Where did Tucker Carlson come from? He's funded by a creepy billionaire and backed by a creepy billionaire. All this shit is all fucking smoke and mirrors and paper houses and shit like that. I mean, it's all propped up by this fucking creepy money that's injected from exterior sources. Yeah, D-Rock, we talked about the Trump shitting his pants. We mentioned that earlier. Yeah, I had my questions about it because it seemed like something weird had happened. But then when I looked up like how long that actual fucking Oval Office meeting was, pretty sus as to what happened there, because he normally hangs around for a long time answering questions and stuff.
Yeah.
That was a very inorganic ending to a typical Oval Office press, whatever you want to call that, press release. Chances are he shit his pants and kicked everyone out. I mean, that's the what is it, Occam's razor?
Yep. The simplest explanation is often the best.
Yeah.
And he's coming up now for what, his third intelligence test, quote unquote.
Oh, is he having another one?
Yeah. They're starting to say at this point it's obvious that they're monitoring the dementia rather than.
Oh yeah, I was listening to a guy the other day, and they're like, he is on his way out. You know.
Yeah.
And I honestly would not be surprised if he dies very soon. I mean, the guy's been eating cheeseburger picnics for fucking 70 years.
Yeah.
Not working out. I mean, you remember like the interview where he was saying that your heart, he doesn't like to work out because his heart only has a certain amount of beats. Hold on, let me get the, I'll find the quote from
Please use them up. So my question is, Vance, better or worse?
You think Vance is better or worse? That's your question?
Well, it's part of my question. And if they just scapegoat Vance and skip, are we going to see some fast, quick step change that gets Johnson out of the speaker position and put someone else in so that we can toss Vance and go that route? I don't know. I can't think Vance is going to be helpful to the heritage group. Or
so Donald Trump has long expressed a disinclination for conventional exercise based on a personal belief that the body has a finite amount of energy, similar to a battery, which exercise depletes. He has suggested that vigorous long-term exercise is wasteful and can lead to bodily wear such as joint replacements. The battery theory. Trump has stated he believes a person is born with a limited amount of energy. He considers the time spent. Yeah. He literally thinks that you are like a human battery, right? Like he watched The Matrix and was like, "Oh, okay."
It does make RFK Jr. a much more understandable pick for him if that's the kind of thing he believes. Like suddenly that makes sense now. Not good sense, but sense. Anyway, go on.
Right. The guy's a fucking idiot. But he says, I like C's candies. I like hamburgers. I'm an ice cream fan from way back. I don't like rich sauces or fine wines, Trump wrote in his book. I like to eat steak rather than pheasant under glass, so long as the steak is well done, so well done, according to his longtime butler, it would rock on the plate.
My God.
Fucking disgusting.
I mean,
so anyhow,
what the hell?
That's
wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he's been eating cheeseburger picnics and rock hard steaks for fucking 70 years and not working out ever. I mean, I'll admit it. I worked out on Saturday night. I did 6 miles up a hill, and I was feeling it yesterday. I'm fine today, so I'm going to do it again tonight. But that guy is severely diminished. Like, Trump is severely diminished. If you watch old videos from 2016, 2020, like, he's dying. I mean, that's the only explanation. It's like they might keep him alive, but he's dying. And I guarantee you they're giving him every treatment under the sun. I mean, that's why he has the fucking crazy bruises all over his hands, his big ass swollen fucking ankles. He stands like a weird freak. He can't walk in a straight line.
Tip over point.
He can't walk in a straight line.
Nope. And I've noticed that he's losing weight. His gut is getting small. His suits don't fit anymore. Like they never did, really.
He's probably on GLP-1.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably on Ozempic or whatever. Where's the video of him, like, walking at...
Davos, where he's sort of tilting over? All that bitching about how Sleepy Joe and all the rest of it, and he can't stay awake.
It's projection, like I talked about earlier. I mean, it's like
I know.
They're projecting the things that they're doing, like, onto other people. Here he is, like, attempting to walk down a red carpet. Okay, not the greatest video from 9,000 miles away. But yeah, here it is at the beginning of the video.
Outside by the helicopter.
Like, this is not the gait of a healthy man.
Yeah.
Like, that ain't good.
Yep. Although it is hilarious that nobody greeted him. Sorry.
I mean, it's fairly typical. I mean, yeah, not one person greeted him, which is funny. I mean, it's funny in its own right, but it's also typical. I mean,
yeah.
Like, why would they want to?
Right. Yeah, no, you're right. He's not walking straight. He's obviously limping and favoring one side.
Well, it's funny because I was listening to a doctor that treats elderly people, and he was saying that, like, it's typical gait of somebody who has, like, frontal dementia.
Their balance
the frontal lobe dementia, whichever one that one is. There's multiple of them, but it's because you're losing balance and you're freaked out from losing balance. And the fact where he stands all weird and leans onto podiums and shit like that.
Right.
It's not good, man. It's the sign of a guy that's dying. And I mean, like, look, I wish death on nobody. Okay? Like, just to be clear. I don't wish death on anybody, but you have to be pragmatic about the fact that, like, this guy never works out. He's never taken care of himself. He's been taken care of. One of the funny interviews with somebody that met him recently that I heard, he was talking about, like, how incredibly soft Donald Trump's hands are. Because he's, like, never worked a day in his life. So he has, like, super soft hands.
Right.
And he was like, it was weird because you shake his hand and you're like, it's incredibly soft hands, which is bizarre. Yeah, I was just D-Rock says I was just going to bring up that doctor. He points out all the markers. Yeah, I'm not a doctor, so I you know, if I was to ever be trying to diagnose any of this kind of shit, I'm not. But I am a pragmatic person, and the understanding that I get it when they're old people are unhealthy. I mean, and especially when they're unhealthy old people, they die. Like, that's how the world works. I mean, It's the same for cows or cats or dogs or birds or whatever. Like, it's not any different for the biology of any of the other animals on the planet. They don't just get to live extra long just because. Otherwise, there would definitely be more koalas and otters on the planet because they're much more well-liked.
And the world needs more.
And it's like, and I think the average lifespan for men in the United States is 80 or 78 now.
Yeah, I think the last time we looked it up, it was 78, 76 or 78.
Men in the United States, it's dropped to 75.8.
Uh-huh.
Your expectation as a man in the United States is to live to 75.8. He's well beyond that. He's well beyond that, and I don't think that he's above average.
Doing
health.
anything?
Right.
No, not even a little.
Which is, it's disturbing that it's down to 75 now. It was 78 before, I know that. Women's is at 79.
Great. 20 years. Woo-hoo.
20 years? Are you 59?
I am. I turned 59 in May.
You old bird.
I know.
These old
I'm
birds.
no good for the stew pot.
You got a stew pot? What?
I said I'm too tough even for the stew pot.
Valid. Hey, there's nobody here, so we're going to sign off for the day. Okay, bye-bye.